Out of nowhere, question of the week. Let's go into my guy, Randy Savage. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Hey, man, as long our listeners know we're family, we're cousins.
Yes, sir.
So my question to you, man, as cousins, if you were watching me get jumped by our other cousins, or and you see me go through a table, no matter what we've been through as family, you're gonna come help me, right?
I mean, you didn't really specify it was cousins, but let's just. I'm gonna just go with the baby face answer. Yes, I'm gonna come help you. I'm gonna save the day.
There you go. Okay. At least
Chair in hand.
I don't want to get my ass beat by myself. I guess if that makes sense.
I mean, nothing better than a duo getting their ass beat.
I feel that.
How many cousins we got?
I don't know. We have a lot. We have more than enough. So for the sake of it, let's just say Jacob, Jerry, and let's go Zombie King. You're coming out to help me, right?
So they're jumping you. My brother is part of the team not jumping you. Damn,
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what you did wrong. I mean, I might just mind my business, man. I'm not gonna hurt you, but I'm not gonna help you. You know what I mean?
I feel that. Minding your business today, look, cause you got to handle that one on yourself. I don't know what happened.
I'll stay at catering.
Okay, fair enough. So depending on who or what family is attacking me, Brandy Savage might be helping out. But we got a lot to talk about. Tony D maybe becoming a Grand Slam champion. Who knows? All in predictions. And is a strap match a good match for these two? I don't know. But let's go ahead and start our show.
Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring, four sides of the ring. Everybody out here got an opinion, your ego shall die in the ring. If the debate's getting heated, we heating, you know it's been fire in the ring. We them guys in the ring, leave with your pride in the sling. Four sides of the ring.
What is going on, Ringsiders? Your favorite faction is back. I am your host, the founder, Marcus Hernandez. I am with Chano Hayes. I am with Randy Savage. What is going on, fellas? How is everybody doing?
That's going good. Slow week, guys.
I feel that. I'm just, Chano, I just want to know, bro. We're family. If I'm getting junked by our cousins and I'm getting put through a table, you're gonna come out and help me, right?
Yo, I'm not gonna hold you. Brandon had me rolling. He said, I'm not gonna hurt you, but I'm not gonna help you either."
No, he said Zombie King, man. Like, do you know how? You have to do something so wrong for Zombie King to be like jumping you. Not even a fair one.
I'm not gonna hold you. I might be there out there with them, just toe tapping you. I'm not gonna kick you hard. So I'm like, yeah, yeah. And then I'm like, yo, what the fuck you did to these? What the fuck you did to them?
I mean, like, it's gonna be me, Chance, and Martin at catering. Like, do y'all want to go?
I'm looking at Martin like he's your brother. You should be out there first.
Exactly. Like,
that's crazy. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not even related to y'all. We Puerto Rican doesn't mean we all blood.
That's crazy. I was sitting there. I was like, it's like he's gonna say, of course I'm gonna go out there and help you. He just like, I don't know, man.
I don't know what you did.
He said Jacob is out there. I don't know, man.
Low key, Brandon might come out just cause Jacob's out there. You know what I mean? Get the blood pumping.
It's not even about helping me. It's about something else.
We're gonna go WrestleMania 41, brother versus brother match. Jacob
yes, sir.
Brandon. Hey, you know what? Brandy Savage versus Jacob would be a better match than Jimmy versus Jay.
Ooh, I think so too. Actually, it'd be a lot of
Listen, I'm gonna have to call Cap. It's gonna be a middle school hug fest, just in the middle of the ring, just rolling around.
I know. Zombie King trains them for. Give these guys 2 months, 8 weeks, 8 weeks of 8 weeks of training. They will have a better match than Jimmy and Jey Uso.
We'll have a better match than that WrestleMania's main event.
And I'm not just saying that because he's our co-host. You know what I mean? Just
I am.
Listen, I'll be surprised if these guys get the chops down and learn how to take a bump in 8 weeks. Nonetheless, do any spots.
You're gonna be so surprised on our Swanson bomb.
Swanson after Swanson. Just lay there. No, lay there.
Oh man. Netram is not with us tonight, but he is in the comments. You know, he's also saying strength in numbers, families jumping. You know, if you're one person, you're going to jump by the whole family. You might as well get jumped by the rest of the family. So,
What's the harm in that? He's not wrong.
What's the harm? Brendan, the guy is in the building. What's going on, Brendan? How are you doing, sir? How's everybody's week? How's everybody's week of wrestling? Chano, you still at a hiatus?
I did watch Dynamite this week just because, you know, it's the go home Dynamite before All In.
The go home show.
I saw NXT. That was cool. And obviously I'm watching Raw for the Dom shenanigans. That's arguably the only reason I'm watching now. I don't care about anything else on that show. Maybe aside from the White 6 stuff. But yeah,
True.
man, and then SmackDown no romance. So I'm kind of at an impasse.
And Brandy, you bet the same?
I kind of feel about the same. Yeah, you know, it's basically, you know, as Chance started the show saying, it's been a slow week, and it is. It's always a slow week on go home shows, and we got 2 weeks of them. So
I would even dare say like 3 weeks, right? Because it was AEW had a go home show for America, and then now just had another go home show while they were out there in the UK.
And if you really think about it, WWE just had a pay-per-view right before that.
Yeah. You're right.
It's taxing, man. It's about to be a crazy back-to-back week. We got All In Sunday, and then we're going straight to back-to-back PLEs. We got Bash of Berlin, and then we have No Mercy.
Mm-hmm. Then All Out, right?
Now All Out's another week out. So All Out's 2 weeks after All In. Thank God, because I don't know. I
feel like there might be like a Ring of Honor TNA pay-per-view we don't know about somewhere in the middle. Bro, probably is.
Insane amount of wrestling.
Yeah, see there, Brendan the guy said TNA pay-per-view as well. See, so
you know what I hate more than go home shows? Aftermath shows. Aftermath shows always suck, except for SummerSlam. It was like, yeah, I'm the winner, and then you have somebody else come out. I'm next. Oh no, there's another man. There's another defense. This is terrible.
Oh man, you brought up Raw. You talked about Dom talking about that's the only thing you're interested in. You're not interested in CM Punk, Drew McIntyre shenanigans. Do you guys think a strap match is the right match for Drew and CM Punk? Is this a sleeper or a margarita match, Chana?
Margarita match, and you know my answer. CM Punk is 45 years old. Get him off my TV. He can cut promos all he wants. Man's is 45. I'm not gonna hold you. SummerSlam, he didn't look great, but he didn't look bad. You know what I mean? He looked how a 45-year-old man after surgery should look. Sluggish. So you think putting these two men in a strap match go make me feel better about this outcome? No. Drew McIntyre had a really good point. He said, I'm 6'5", like 260, 270. What are you gonna do to me? You know what I mean? So I imagine this is gonna be a Chad Gaspar, rest in peace, JTG strap match. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Drew's gonna carry CM Punk's limp body for 3 buzzers and CM Punk's gonna tap them right behind him. Then the 4th buzzer, CM Punk is in the game momentum tapping for the dub. It's the only thing that necessarily makes sense at this point. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I hear you.
It's gonna be a half margarita match. It's gonna be a half margarita match. I'm gonna make my margarita when the bell rings. This way, when I'm done with the margarita, I got the 5-minute climax, which should be good.
Okay,
Bernie
Savage, how you feeling about strap match Drew CM Punk? You feel like this is the right call?
I mean, I think only right call is what we really want is a Hell in a Cell. This is This is just, as CM Punk's playbook. CM Punk, like Chance said, needs to be carried for all three. It's the whole match. And what more than a theatric show to carry an old man through a match? And that's what we're about to see. We're about to see, one of the classics.
Hey, the CM Punk slander is real tonight, man. I'm not gonna say this match is a sleeper. I don't know if it's a margarita match, but it's it's definitely like maybe in the background. You're right. Maybe go into the kitchen, grab a drink, come back, and hopefully, by the time I get back, I'm in the climax and Drew McIntyre goes over. Right, Chano?
Nah, Pepsi Phil has to go over. If Pepsi Phil doesn't go over this match, there's no reason for a trilogy.
You think it's a GTS?
Probably. You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, this stipulation match isn't the right match for this second match between them. You know what I mean? Strap matches are so clunky and weird and awkward. Ricky Starks and Bryan Danielson, they had a really good one on AEW Collision, but that was one of the rare, like, really good ones. You know what I mean? And both those guys were like in really good shape. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Phil's body has broken down on him these last 2.5 years. I don't know if his body can handle that kind of strain from a strap match. If it was a regular hardcore match, I'd be like, yeah, because those are a little bit easier to navigate around. You know what I mean? But I'm more concerned about if he gets hurt in this one, realistically, what's the outlook on the rest of CM Punk's time at WWE? They could have given me a tables match. They could have given me a regular hardcore match, a street fight. You know what I mean? Just let these two just slug it out. All types of tomfoolery in the ring. And see where it goes and see where the fans bite. You don't need the strap match. It's just a weird dynamic.
Would Bash of Berlin have been a good PLE to bring a like Hell in a Cell or a cage match?
No, that's what I'm saying, like the street fight ish. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, I would have been okay if they would have skipped this PLE and went straight into Bad Blood.
I always feel like street fights aren't always like street fights though. Like they're half-assed, and it's just like it's not how people would really. It's not grimy enough, you know what I mean, to be a street fight. I'm not saying people need to be like getting stabbed or anything like there needs to be blood. It's just not grimy enough for WWE. But I feel what you're saying.
I feel like
strap matches. Go ahead, Brandy. My fault.
I do feel like like Brandon, the guy said in the comments, he thinks the strap match protects Punk because he doesn't have to do a bunch of wrestling moves. I think a strap match actually gives you that, where, like I said, it's a theatric match. It gives you more storytelling and ring rope pulls and things like that, to where you don't actually get hurt. It's going to be more just of the dynamics of pulling into a turnbuckle, pulling into all these things that mean more because you're on a strap.
Right.
I'm not going to. If I'm in a strap match against somebody that's smaller than me, the moment I get them on the floor, I'm choking them out with that strap and I'm dragging their limp body on the floor and go and get my way to victory. You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a real contest. Like, it's just bizarre. It's a bizarre match. I was never really a fan of them.
Well, hopefully Pepsi Field doesn't catch a dub. Hopefully Drew McIntyre goes to Berlin and just destroys him, as he would say. But who knows? You know what I mean? It's going to happen. We got our predictions to come next week, like Chana was saying, back-to-back weeks on PLEs and pay-per-views. Fellas, Friday we talked about Cousins getting slammed through tables. So my question to you guys now is, you're a wrestler in catering, not doing nothing. You want to make a moment for yourself. You're chilling Friday night. You see Roman Reigns getting jumped once again. Want to make a name for yourself, right? You're gonna go out there. You're gonna go help Roman Reigns. Randy Savage.
Wow. I see what you did here. You set me up. You answered the first question in the beginning and said you're not gonna even help me, but you'll help this guy. Of course, I would help Roman Reigns. I'm going out there. I'm just, not even because I'm just a fan. I appreciate what he's done for the company. Just even if I'm out for a month or two, you gotta show love. I want to be an Uso too.
I'm just saying, man. Like if I'm backstage, you know what I mean, and I see Roman get super kicked with the cast, I got to go out there and help him. And it's unfair. This guy's using real life weapons right now, and he's technically handicapped. What about you, Chana Hayes? You catering, eating your salad, just waiting for something to pop up for you Roman Reigns
And
getting jumped. You gonna go out there and make a name for yourself?
I'm gonna continue eating my salad. You guys want me to go out there and be a complete liability with you guys? Hell no. Listen, if haven't you watched the last 4 years of WWE? Haven't you seen the last couple of years of wrestling? Whenever you get Samoans involved into a jumping, it's not a good look. You're gonna get washed. And then when you come back in 2 months and you be like, Roman, I helped you. You're not gonna say thank you. The wise man goes toss you a wristband that says tribal chief. And that's all you're getting out of it. So you got your ass beat. You was on the show for 2 months for nothing.
I wouldn't
For no
even
reason.
care. That's enough for me. I would show up the next week on crutches, like, oh
That
man,
would be crazy. That'd be crazy.
man, and then
They'd
they
be
jump
like-
me again, and I'd be like, see, it's all,
Imagine just being like, "Oh yeah, you're that guy that went to go help Roman and got your ass beat."
That's right. I got.
He's gonna
let's
be like
just say,
Carmelo Hayes.
That was me.
I got
That
put
was
through the
me.
table, not Roman. I protected Roman.
He's gonna be like Carmelo Hayes. At least they watching my things.
At least they watching my things. You know what I mean? They know my name now. The guy who got beat up by Roman's cousins.
Man, Martin said Punk also has history with good strap matches in both companies. Yeah, we'll see. Like Chano said, 45 years old. His time is coming.
Needs to retire.
Martin also says he's minding his business when it comes to Roman Reigns. He has too much dirt. I guess Roman has too much dirt, right?
I haven't been
Nobody can
affected.
help
I assume I'm new to the company.
Right.
You're the only guy he hasn't jumped in the back.
Yeah, it looks like he's turning a new leaf. What better to help him than when he's getting better, He's turning that new leaf.
Are you Samoan? No. Pacific Islander? No. What are you? Puerto Rican? Get the fuck out of
Caribbean.
here. Let me take this ass beating by myself, please. Thank you.
I'm
very
from
much.
one of the islands, bro. Which one? Puerto Rico?
Get this man out of here.
Oh man, yeah, fellas. I know y'all been seeing everybody was talking about Triple H being on Twitter during the shows while he's backstage. Trying to, if Triple H used one of your ideas off of X that you came up with, you tweeted out and said, "Yeah, this needs to happen with this person," and he put it on live TV. Are you hyped or are you a salty fan?
I'd be hyped because the only idea I've been putting on Twitter is Dom beating Cody Rhodes' claim for the WWE Championship. I'd be hyped. I'll be like Kevin Garnett screaming at the top of my lungs in the middle of my block. Anything is possible.
What about you, Brady? Hunter uses your idea. You hyped, or are you gonna be like, "Oh, you guys use my idea, pay me"?
I don't know. I'm skeptical as hell, so I wouldn't even believe. I'd just be like, I'm good. I wouldn't think like it was my original idea.
Michael Cole would be live on television. Oh, and this story was written by Brady freaking Savage on Twitter. We thank you for your cooperation.
I still would be skeptical.
So that's somebody else. That can't be me. Oh man, yeah, I don't know why people were being salty. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, he's using my ideas.
I feel
Y'all
like
need
they've always done it. I feel like this is not new. I feel like
feel
Reddit, Twitter,
Mhm.
everything has always been kind of like you can go back and find someone telling a story similar because there's only so many angles you can tell.
Mhm.
So of course somebody's gonna get it right.
Right. Sometimes wrestling could be too predictable, as we say sometimes. So, you could just follow the guidelines in the story and see where it's going and be like, oh, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, but there's people out there that said, they've been telling the Bloodline story since it all started. So
It's kind of hard to believe about that Bloodlines. My fault. It's kind of hard to believe that Paul Heyman at Fanatics Fest was talking about the Bloodline is in the third inning. I'm like, bro, I get it. You guys got like 50 cousins. There's like 75 of you guys total. But it's going to come to a point where SmackDown is just going to be Samoans and Tongans. You know what I mean? And Cody Rhodes is going to be the only non-Samoan and Tongan man on that roster. It's going to be a bloodbath.
fighting for his life.
Fighting for his life on a weekly basis.
I'm going to love it.
It's going to be insane. I'm not going to lie. I saw Rikishi's other son on Twitter wrestling. I'm like, here's another one?
God damn.
I was like, God damn.
No, it's crazy. It's like the best part of Cody's story is the Samoans. The women's champion right now is Samoan. They already run SmackDown.
Basically. Tag team champions are Pacific Islanders.
You love to see it. Cody, they're coming for you, and we can't wait. Put the title back on Roman. Start it now. Oh man, hey fellas, we filmed an episode of Opinionated. Shouts out to Opinionated. Brandy Savage has some news about that later on the show. But I can't say who or anything like that, but somebody was talking about Mr. Bron Breakker and said that Bron Breakker sucked. Should have seen everybody's head was like, whoa,
Wow.
whoa. But I want to talk to you. I want to talk about Bron Breakker, man. Is his confidence justified? You know, is he really the future of the WWE, or do you think that's somebody else like Dom or Carmelo? Is Bron Breakker that the next guy up, the next future of TKO's brand WWE?
I mean,
John?
he already got the strap.
True.
True. It's easy to say that Melo, Braun, and those guys are going to be the future of the WWE. They're super young, super talented, and Braun has every reason to be confident. You know what I mean? He came up in the main roster, and allegedly he changed all the plans immediately, or how far ahead he was and I think that was a testament to Shawn Michaels keeping Bron Breakker on the NXT roster for a little bit longer. You know what I mean? So it's easy to say that Braun is the next man up. It's easy to say that it's Melo or somebody like Dom. All I know is really the future is bright. The future is bright, man. You know what I mean? You have all these old geezers on their way out, and it's time for some fresh blood to start winning these straps and these championships. And I think this is the perfect generation to go do it. Honestly, Shawn Michaels he's really cooking nowadays. Not only from on a weekly television basis, but his development. Honestly, there's some hits, there's some misses. Obviously, everybody who was let go, things like that, but still killing it on their own thing. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's hard to say. Is it just going to be Braun? It really might be a big three of Braun, Ilya, and Melo, with Dom as the world champion, because that's the world I live in. Dom's the world champion for 10 years.
What about you, Brendan? How do you feel about Bron Breakker, man? You feel like his confidence is justified? You feel like he's the future of the WWE?
I mean, we're talking about a guy who debuted at the Rumble, and the rumor, and let's just say the rumor isn't true, but the fact that Twitter is spreading this rumor gives you confidence. Bron Breakker replaced Brock Lesnar in the Rumble and had one of those crazy over the top spots. We all remember it. I think it's justified. I would think so too. I would be that confident too. Even if that's not true, that's not what happened backstage. But that's what they're saying on the streets. Yeah, my confidence is going through the roof.
Okay. Okay. I thought is that the rumor that he replaced Brock Lesnar?
Yeah,
that
apparently
was the-
replaced.
that was the
Replaces
rumor.
Brock Lesnar.
Because
Got
it was supposed to set up a Lesnar Gunther spot at Mania. That's why you had that Braun Gunther face off, and it never manifested to anything on the main roster as of yet.
As of yet.
Interesting. Okay, so replaces Brock Lesnar. Gets to stand 1-on-1 with the Phenom, The Undertaker, and get called the top dog. Braun's has had an interesting career. We talked about like future stars and stuff before we get to our small break. One name that didn't pop to mind or come up, even when Chana was speaking about some future stars, was Solo Sikoa. Do you think Solo is in that tier of conversation to say, he is, the future next to Bron Breakker, Carmelo Hayes, Dom, Dragunov, Austin Theory, Grayson Waller? Is it fair to throw Solo Sikoa up in that mix with those guys?
It's unfair.
Why so?
It's unfair. It's unfair in the sense where we don't know who Solo is outside the bloodline, right? Because right now he's protected in a storyline bubble that's very carefully curated to highlight every single member of the Fatu Anoa'i family. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say, is he a future face of the company when you don't know who he is outside of the bloodline? It's easy for Jimmy and Jay because we know them as multiple time tag team champions. We see Jay's run outside of the bloodline, killing it. You know what I mean? And it's also very hard. I might get some backlash for this, but it's very hard when most Samoans have very similar movesets. You know what I mean? The Samoan drops, the hip attack, the spike. You know what I mean? Basic power slams, power bombs. Most of them have some very similar movesets. So in order for him to be one of those future stars, he needs to be able to carve a role for himself. Like Jacob Fatu, like once again, very similar moveset, but he brings that energy and that rawness that you just don't see in Solo. You know what I mean? You see
Yeah.
Jacob,
Yeah.
you think of a complete savage. Like that man is going to hurt somebody. He's dangerous. You see Solo, and you're like, I don't know who he is outside of the bloodline. You know what I mean? Right now, he's in the feud with Roman, back to back feuds with Cody and then Roman. He's in a really good spot right now because of the bloodline and the storyline. But who is Solo? And I guess that's something I would have to see before I could say he's the future of the company.
Okay, I feel that. What about you, Brenny? How you feeling about Solo? You think he's in that conversation for future of the WWE?
So I was in question but you started naming names. I think like the last few named like Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, and they're definitely the future of the company. And if they have a place, I feel like Solo definitely has a place. I do feel like Chance said, I agree with everything Chance said, but like everything outside of like he has a bright future just because of where he started. The story that they could tell with him forever. I mean, you can always do that, and that might propel you to a main event or even a mid card title. And I feel like he'll always be protected off of that. As second or third generation wrestlers usually are.
I like that. I like that answer too. Nick Ram says Solo's in catering in 2 years. I'm not sure if I definitely don't agree with that actually. Um, Solo, I feel like Solo will have his place in his spot. You guys are definitely right. We haven't seen him outside the bloodline, and the only time we have seen him outside the bloodline was when he was on NXT 2.0. So it's just interesting to see how he'll grow when all this is over. Um, like you guys said, he's a second generation superstar. His brother is the Usos, so I think there's a lot of like that to ride off of him for as well. And who knows? Who knows what's going to happen for him? We'll find out. Let's get a message from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Dive into a world where every pinfall, every suplex, and every promo is celebrated in fashion. From the legendary 3-count trivia to the iconic bad guy wrestling, we've got the latest gear to elevate your wrestling wardrobe. Show off your passion for the squared circle. It's not just clothing, it's a lifestyle. Come shop with us and unleash your inner champion at foursidesofthering.com. That's foursidesofthering.com.
foursidesofthering.com by our guy Brandy Savage. Brandy, any new designs coming out soon? What can you tell our people?
Man, I actually just drew up the new 3-count trivia t-shirt up on the shop. I actually also added some other updates to some of the other clothing, some more options, long sleeves, and things like that.
Word. foursidesofthering.com. Go ahead and get your merch. Be stunting like me, or you could be stunting like Chance and be wearing a WWEshop.com. Because that's a nice T-shirt that says Cody. Does that say mouthing off with Mike, or does that say Cody Rhodes?
Nah, it's just
Oh, it's okay.
It
Okay,
might as well say mouthing off mic. You know what I mean?
Let's talk about Mike's guy Tony D, guys. Is he gonna make history? He's going up against Oba, but is he gonna be the first NXT Grand Slam champion? He's got to defeat Oba Femi. Got to defeat Oba Femi to take the North American Championship. You think it's gonna happen? Chance? You said might as well be. So you think he takes the title?
Might as well be. The reason why I say so, right? It's NXT's main title picture is in a really weird spot. They did the right thing and they took the title off of Trick, right? Give Trick more breathing room. Because let's be honest, before Trick had the main title run, he didn't really have a crazy singles run. You know what I mean? He was kind of the backup guy for Mello, the guy who took the bullet, and then he had a couple single matches for a couple of months. Won a North American Championship, lost the North American Championship, and then he got into a feud with Mello, which automatically propelled him into the main title picture. Then he won the title, he lost the title, and now he's in a good spot because now he just gets to do singles matches, continue developing and doing what he does best. But there's a gaping hole for a babyface world champion, and I feel like that's where Tony D slots in nicely. You know what I mean? Very, very beautifully. Because right now, Ethan Page, all egos, the world champion. He's a heel. For me personally, I feel like he loses a shot to Joe Hendry in 2 weeks at No Mercy, but I can also see Obafemi taking the strap off of him. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's a perfect time to let Tony D take the strap off Oba, do his thing. Both guys are phenomenal. Oba is massive. He's a
Mhm.
massive human being. If a Tony D to put him on his ass like that is gonna put Tony D over even more than he is right now. He brought the Heritage Cup back to new heights. Every single match he had was a great match. And I feel like he can do the same thing with the North American Championship and let Obafemi move on to bigger and better things.
I like that. Obafemi moving on to possibly the NXT Championship, maybe even a call up. Probably not, but who knows what's in the minds of the
A year and a
WWE.
half. A year and a half for Oba. Not this draft, but he'll be in like a mid season call up. He needs a couple little more seasoning. But it's not a bad thing, man. NXT is not a bad spot to be at. It's a great show when they're going back on the road. There's nothing wrong with being on NXT, especially
That's
since he learned how to wrestle from WWE. You know what I mean? He's not an indie guy coming in that needs to be in the main roster immediately to prove that he's worth it. These NIL guys are in beautiful spots.
they are
So
they are in
No
beautiful
rush.
spots. How you feeling about Tony D, Brandy? You think gets that first Grand Slam champion?
I think that's actually a beautiful thing. I think that's exactly what they should do. I think to feed off of what Chance said, I think you have Tony D win the NXT North American Championship. You have him celebrate being Grand Slam champion. There's a reason for him to be there. There's a reason for him to hold the title because we know he should be in the main card title, but gives it an actual reason. With that said, you now is how I would book it. You now put Joe Hendry, you make him win, and then you have him lose to Oba. I think that's the best story you could tell.
I like it. I like it. I think they give it to him. You know what I mean? Why not? He's done everything you can for NXT, and China's right. Everything that they put him in, every division that he's been a part of, he's made better. Tag team,
Yes, sir.
Heritage Cup, you know, made world title. So
Sick.
right, so why not do the mid card and spice up that North American Championship? We say Oba goes to main roster. Let me flip the question on you guys. If he doesn't get it, if he doesn't beat Oba, could we see a main roster spot and call it for Tony D?
I mean, I,
not yet.
I I would just do it, flip it how I just said it, and have Tony D beat Joe Hendry.
Hmm.
I say not yet for Joe Hendry because right now WWE right now is in a very storyline based booking. You know what I mean? So like if you're not in a storyline, you're not getting booked. And listen, that's how it is sometimes. So I don't want Tony D to be called up just to be called up.
Right.
I want him when he's called up. I want something steady and solid for him off the rip. You know what I mean? I don't need I don't need any more people getting lost in the mix. We saw the same thing with the guy to the moon lost in the mix. Dijak called up for no reason because they literally let his contract run up and was like, yeah, that's it, Chief. Enjoy your time. Kiana James had two mid matches, nothing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So honestly,
Mhm.
I just want NXT to hold on to the talent as long as possible until they're ready to actually use them. There's no need to
Yeah,
call up if
yeah.
there's nothing in for you. Stay down
I
there.
actually agree. I think NXT, they do a lot of these like NIL signees, like we seen in the last match, the 6 woman match, gauntlet match we just had. You put a few extra random NILs and random people who are earning their spot, but you should keep your main stars like Tony D, Roxanne Perez, and so on, and you should highlight them and actually keep them to draw eyes in. My thing is like I really do feel like Joe Hendry, in a sense, is bringing in eyes. I don't think he should be called up. I just think that the title at some point should go on him, and this way he could bring it to TNA, have eyes, whether it be a week or two,
Okay,
then
so
have Tony D win that title off of him. Keep them
so
all.
so we bring up Joe Henry, talk a lot about Joe Henry, and a lot of people feel like he's being overpushed. We're seeing too much of him now. It's becoming too much. It's overbearing. It's overwhelming. A lot of people are saying you can actually see it. The gimmick is the gimmick, but the wrestling is subpar. It's not that good. My question to the both of you guys is if you're Shawn Michaels or HBK, you're sitting in the office right now and you're trying to think, who's going to be the face of your company when you go on you're going on the road. You're bringing NXT back on the road. Who's going to be the face of the company? Are you going to have all ego Ethan Page, or are you going to have Joe Hendry? China?
It's very easy to make it Joe Hendry. He's LA Knight, right? All charisma. People love him. He's very catchy. You know what I mean? The dance, the song. He's a great character. His character work is impeccable. His in-ring work leaves a lot to be desired, but it is what it is at this point. You know what I mean? If kids love you and they buy your merch, that's honestly all that matters. I don't think Joe Hendry could be main roster just off the simple fact that he's still TNA. Joe Hendry said it. He's like, he can take indie dates. He has WWE dates. He has TNA dates. You know what I mean? TNA is pre-recorded. They record all their things in a month and they release it throughout the whole entire month. It might be that's too much to put him on the main roster doing house shows, TNA shows, whatever anything he wants to do. Is he being overpushed? Yeah. There's no reason he should be on my screen 4 times. He's not Roman Reigns. He's not. Listen, Martin, you're gonna give me shit for this, but he's not Trick Williams. Like, if you show me Trick Williams 3 times on television in a 2-hour show, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Because it's Trick.
Mm-hmm.
It's Trick Willie. He's overpushed, man. And it's unfortunate because I don't like overexposure. I don't like overexposure to anything. You know what I mean? If you give me too much of somebody so fast, I'm like, damn, this sucks. I enjoyed Joe Hendry when he was on my TV screen and he was trying to push his radio single to the top of the music charts. When he was rumored to come to NXT, I was hyped. Like, it was a good look. But now he's about to win the NXT title. I think he's going to win the NXT title. He should, because I think that's what helps TNA more. If Joe Hendry comes back to TNA with the TNA title and he just shits on it, he defends it over there in TNA and brings eyes over there. I think it's the best thing for both companies. But yeah, man, it's a little too much. It's a little too much for me.
Nick Ram says NXT has only been getting better the less Trick's been on it. He just hit into hate. Brittany Savage, how you feeling, man? If you're Shawn Michaels, who do you want to be the face of your company?
So
All Ego or Joe Hendry?
Well, I don't want either, if I'm being quite honest. But if it's for a week or two, I don't mind Joe Hendry. I think the Joe Hendry overexposure, in a sense, is an experiment that I hope goes right. I think what Joe Hendry has is unprecedented. He has, like he said, indie dates, NXT dates, and TNA dates. That's unprecedented. I think if that goes right and that goes successful, we'll see more of that and more indie and WWE dates and more things like that. And I can only root for that. So when it comes to Joe Hendry, I do believe that he is not. I don't want him to be the face of the company, but I do want him to be successful. And I'm not saying I want him on the main roster, but I do hope for big things, and I do hope that they use TNA in the same way that they kind of always use outside guests, and that's to put people over. And if you could put somebody over by putting a title on them, I'm perfectly fine with that.
Is it weird sometimes when you get like, I feel like it's weird sometimes, right? Like WWE tries to give us these indie guys, these TNA guys that we love to see, you know what I mean? And like we see them, we get them. It's like, oh, this is cool. And then it gets pushed. And after a while, you like, I'm kind of over it. But then on the flip side, then when it happens like on AEW, do you feel like AEW has a better like push or a better display for indie wrestlers than they would like the WWE? Does that make sense?
I mean, for the WWE, it's like me and Brandon been saying, this is crazy that you have a wrestler being able to do whatever the hell he wants, like booking himself wise. You know what I mean? AEW, we know TK's a mark. Let's face it, TK loves wrestling. So if he can get somebody like a good indie star to come in for 2 weeks for 2 dynamites, he would 1,000%. And plus, it helps him because when people leave their contracts, they're like, you know what? I want to sign to AEW because he's giving them the opportunity to wrestle on his show. So when TK does it, it's all opportunistic for him. I'm not going to hold you. He does it beautifully. He brings them on their shows. He treats them well because I do believe TK treats them all well. And then they sign with him. It's a beautiful strategy. For the WWE, it's weirder because WWE is used to being in its own bubble. The WWE universe is an oxy. It's kind of like a double. It's like a double entendre because the WWE universe is the fans, but also WWE universe is its own little world because nothing outside exists outside
Right.
of WWE. You know what I mean? So now that you're starting to learn these new names and these new faces, and you got to remember, most of these WWE fans, they're super casuals. They don't know who mostly any of these guys are. You know what I mean? If you used to bring Moose on over, you'd be like, who? You know what I mean? Same thing with PCO. You'd be like who are these guys?
Right.
You bring AJ Francis, be like, oh my god, that's top dollar. Who's hotter? Not nada. You know what I mean? So it's weird. So I do believe Joe Hendry has to win the strap to get these names on to these other people, defend the NXT Championship on TNA week in, week out. This way, when they bring these people over to NXT for the invasion angle, I'm assuming they're gonna do. It
Hopefully.
helps them. They should 1000% do an
Hopefully.
invasion angle.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. We got No Mercy coming up. Joe Hendry, all ego, 1-on-1 for the NXT Championship. Who knows what's going to happen? We will have our predictions though when that time comes. Let's move on to another wrestler who some people may call him the Antichrist of AEW, the destroyer of AEW. Some may call him the savior of AEW. But his name is Jack Perry, and he put out an interesting video. Man, he's making his own belt, which was really cool. And kind of did his thing on it. He snapped on it. The belt looks super nice. TK put it on the merch store. I'm pretty sure people will start buying it. The all black, the diamonds, the red blood spatter. Brandy Savage, did you like the way the new TNT title looked for the scapegoat?
I did. I got to see it on TV yesterday, and I think it's a really dope title. It's a dope concept.
Are you ready to forgive Jack Perry? And
I've been forgave him. You know me. I love justified heels.
what about you, Chana Hayes? Do you forgive Jack Perry after everything he's done so far, being back?
After I saw the strap, I was like, you know what? Maybe he's not so bad. Still, the one thing I hate about Jack Perry is his sideburns. But
Sideburns
it is what it is.
Cooking. You a hater. Them things be cooking. Weekend, the thicker they get, the more I'm like, you know what? Them sideburns ain't that bad.
No, they terrible. Nah, but listen, he honestly did this thing on that belt. When I saw that video, I was like, you know what? I was like, Jack Perry's still young. We still make mistakes. We all get over emotional at times. I'm a true testament to that. When you guys watch the newest episode of Opinionated Raw when it drops, you know what I mean. So we're all human ultimately at the end of the day, and I think it's time to move on. Mr. Perry's been doing his thing, and I'm ready to see bigger and better things for him.
Brennan, the guy, said it's an ugly belt. He said it's terrible looking. You guys agree?
Right. No, it looks dope. It's probably the best TNT titles ever looked.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I liked it in the white. The white was clean.
I'm not gonna lie.
Miro's TNT Championship was clean.
The less TNT I see, the better.
I think that's why I like it, because it's kind of blacked out.
Exactly. Black on black. It just looks like, it doesn't need to be, not all belts need to be gold. You start to think about it.
A little blood splatter. What's not to like?
He is the scapegoat. Everyone looks like they are, happy that he's back. We will get into our prediction. He's going 1-on-1 in a casket match with Darby Allin, and we'll get to that later on in this show. You know who's not at All In though, which is kind of crazy. It's mind-boggling to think. You know what I mean? What was the one? You brought this man over to help you sell tickets, put what The Rock would say, seats and asses. Or ass to seats, whatever he was saying back in the day. But Okada is not part of All In. He's left out. How disrespectful is this, China?
It's wild as fuck. I'm not gonna hold you. You give Okada, you give the Rainmaker the big dollars, right? The big money, because he's worth it. He's worth it, right? Top 3 wrestler in the world, undisputed. Nobody can really argue with that. And you're living him off the biggest card of your company. And it's not only like, oh, maybe he just didn't have anything lined up. Bro, he's the Continental Champion. You know what I mean? He has a strap. And it's wild to me because looking at that card, listen, as much as I love Stokely, there's no reason why Statlander, Stokely,
Ishii.
That's 0 hour though.
That's 0 hour.
It does not, bro. That does not matter, bro. There's no reason that should be. There's no reason Chris Jericho should have a match on All In. I'm not gonna hold you. And
Hey,
Okada
you're
doesn't.
absolutely right.
There's no reason Jericho's on a match with Hook and Okada can't get a dance partner. You know what I mean? You could have given me Okada versus Pac, and I would have been fine because they would have cooked. That would have been a great match. It's criminal. It's a criminal. It's a criminal offense. Tony Khan needs to be arrested. You know what I mean? Like, because that's the one thing we've yet to see. We haven't seen 7-star Okada in AEW yet.
You're right.
He had a
You
great.
are right about that.
He had a great match with Claudio, but that wasn't no goddamn 7 stars. I want to see 7-star Okada.
How you feeling, Brandy? Disrespectful Okada is not at the All In event?
I mean, I think it's disrespectful. He's not on the card. You know, even if it's like the Bucks with Okada. You know what I mean? Like just a little acknowledgement.
No, he could,
But
you're right there. He could come out and help the Bucks win the tag team titles.
He's probably going to be in the Casino Gauntlet match.
That's what I was gonna say next. Exactly. I was gonna say, but we don't know who's in that match.
I mean, it's not really something. I want to see Okada in a singles match. You know what I mean? I don't want to see Okada in anything else that's not a singles match with a top-notch wrestler. Listen, AEW's were the best wrestlers. I'm not arguing that. They got top name talent. They got arguably 7 of the top 10 wrestlers in the world. I want to see Okada versus one of your biggest names on the card. Give me Okada. Honestly, if Swerve retains, can we please get Swerve versus Okada at Wrestle Dream in an Iron Man match? Like, please, an Iron Man match, 60 minutes, Okada versus Swerve. That would be crazy.
Nitram says AEW never fails remaking their titles. He says Wembley won't boo Okada. He might be right there. The fans love him. So Hangman and Okada. He also said Hangman and Okada had beef at Blood and Guts. That could have been a match right there at All In.
It could have been. It's criminal because Hangman doesn't even have a singles match either, which is kind of wicked.
He's the highlight of the match.
He's going to be
gauntlet match.
I think he's going to be the reason why
he might win it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Let's take another small break and hop into Move the Needle.
What's up, Ringsiders? Want good seats and great prices? Thanks to our partnership with SeatGeek, wrestling fans can now experience the action live and in person. New users can score a fantastic $20 off their final ticket purchase by using our exclusive promo code 4SidesOTR for any event. Guys, that's $20 off. 4SidesOTR for any event. It doesn't even have to be wrestling.
4SidesOTR. Get those tickets with SeatGeek. Bad Blood's coming up. You know you want to be there. All right, Move the Needle, fellas. It's an interesting one when I was thinking about this. And I want to know, does Wendy Chu move the needle, Brandy Savage?
I mean, yeah, she does. You know, it's like one of those things where I was not that I didn't care in the beginning, and then I kind of wish that her and Tatum Paxley stuck together. Okay. But when she's by herself, I think one of the things I love about her is her sleeper hold. It just makes sense. And she could wrestle her ass off, but I mean, yeah, she moves the needle for me.
China, Wendy Chu, she moving the needle for you, bro?
Wendy Chu has replaced Ruby Soho because Ruby Soho is pregnant, and I will not talk bad about a pregnant woman. Could you imagine, middle of the night, you wake up and Wendy Chu's perched on your dresser, just looking at you, head tilted. So yes, she moves the needle. I gotta say something nice about her before she finds me and haunts me.
Oh man, you know what? I don't know. She moves the needle for me. I'm not sure if the gimmick moves the needle, but if I'm saying she moves the needle, I guess all of it. You know, you gotta accept all of it at once. She does move the needle. I think she is fantastic in ring. Brittany's also right. The finisher just makes sense. It's beautiful. And Chana, you're also right. So if I wake up in the middle of the night, perched above my bed, and I just see her creepily staring at me, she's getting drop kicked.
You think you go drop kick her? She go put you to sleep.
Niram says that's what he dreams of. He said moved his heart, not the needle. Okay, Niram.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, Niram. Wendy Chu moves the needle for all us here.
If you guys didn't know, Martin is always dangerously, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna say the second word.
let's hop into this pay-per-view we got, man. All in London. You guys hyped for it? You guys ready for it? Sunday.
Hell no. Hey, bro, it's like a 1 p.m. start. I got things to do.
I know. It's gonna be crazy when football season starts and he's trying to come, I'm like, bro, Tony Khan, I'm trying to watch football, bro. I can't be watching your pay-per-views in the middle of the afternoon. The Giants I'm not trying to watch the Giants play. I'm in the middle of fantasy. You're gonna have to pick a better day to start these pay-per-views if you're gonna be out of the country.
I'm not gonna hold you, man. I told my family they got a couple weeks left and like 2 weeks left of me, and I gotta take one of these Sundays away from me with them. You know what I mean? To go watch this 7-hour card. It's ridiculous.
7-hour card and Okada's still not on it.
On
Right?
the card. Listen, I'm already heartbroken because Eddie Kingston is out for the year. You know what I mean? So you could at least give me Okada. Bare minimum.
Let's start with the All-In 0 Hour. I know you don't want to talk about it, but Willow Nightingale, Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely. I think I'm more interested in seeing Stokely get in the center of the ring with Ishii. Yeah.
1,000%.
I think it's going to be great. One thing Ishii loves to do, and I've been thinking about this for a little bit. One thing Ishii loves to do is he loves to put a person over. You think he might put Chris Statlander over if he hits him with a punch?
I don't know, man. All I want to see is Stokely hit an arm drag on Ishii and him just pop crazy for it. Listen, I got a little bit of a hot take. Stokely might be a top 2 manager in all of wrestling today. I'm not gonna hold you.
Is
2?
It might be Heyman and Stokely. Yeah,
And
there's a very big
then-
oh in
There's a
wrestling,
very big gap.
I thought you were just talking about an AEW. Nah, dude, in wrestling.
Nah, listen,
Sheesh.
nah, it's Stokely, bro. Nobody's funnier than Stokely. That man is hilarious. I hated him at first for shitting on Eddie Kingston, but that man is hilarious.
I don't know if that makes him top 2 manager.
That makes him top 2, bro.
Hot take of the week.
Bro,
Hot take-
he's
hot
super
take
out
of
of
the
he's
week.
super out of pocket. Like the superstar joke that he made with Tony Statlander had me dead. And if
Still talking about this.
bro, it's mad, bro.
For
First, you
weeks.
gotta understand. I was raised off that Confessions album. You know what I mean? Like that CD was always playing in my house. So just look me be like, can I sing? He's like, can I sing Superstar to you? And she's like, no. He's like, oh, okay, Muhammad to myself, bro.
I don't
It's
know,
mad funny.
You wouldn't say Christian Cage is a better manager than Stokely?
Christian Cage isn't a manager. He's just a goat. He's just a goat.
Fair enough. Who you guys got in this All-In 0 Hour match? Willow and Ishii or Chris and Stokely?
Chris and Stokely, because I'm being delusional. I want Stokely to catch the dub.
That's true. Let's start something new tonight. Let's call out our margarita matches. Let's see how fucked up we're gonna get during this PLE or pay-per-view. Is All-In 0 Hour first match a margarita match? We starting early?
Margarita match.
Yes, sir.
Margarita match. All right, we're at 1. Oh, I'm not sure if this is kicking off the show or not, but Casino Gauntlet match guaranteed for a world title shot. Margarita match or not?
I'll get the margarita ready, but I'm not gonna drink it. I want to enjoy it.
Who do you think's winning this match?
Hangman
Randy?
or Mox.
I like Mox. Brandy's thinking about it.
Oh. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go with Hangman.
What about who we haven't seen in a minute either is Miro?
Nah, that'd be so awkward.
What about
You know what? I'm gonna change my answer.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking Ricochet.
Nah, too early. Too early.
He'll probably make an appearance. But he's not winning it.
Nate Ram says Ricochet as well. What about Switchblade?
As much as I would love that for him, Jay White, that's not gonna happen. TK hates Loki hates Jay White, and nobody can tell me otherwise. He hates that man. He hates that man. I don't know what he did to him, but I don't see him giving Jay White that oppo. That man is a beast.
Okay, all right. So it looks like we're finishing up our margarita from All-In 0 Hour after the Casino Gauntlet match. We have the London Ladder match for the AEW World Trios Championship. We have the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson and the Guns versus the House of Black versus a mystery team and the Patriarchy, Christian Cage, Nick Wayne, and Killswitch. Who do you guys think is this mystery team?
Well, it's on.
Oh no,
It's
they
gonna
didn't
be
announce
a
it.
collision. They're gonna be in.
Yeah.
It's the winner of Pac and I don't know. I forgot the other two names. It basically, I think it was Top Flight and Leo Rush against Pac and like two other people.
Oh, then it might be Top Flight then. Going into this,
Maybe.
Top Flight would be nice. Who do you think? Who do you think's winning this match now?
I could see Killswitch finally turning on Christian Cage because Jesus Christ, talk about a slow burn. Maybe the Bang Bang Gang picks them back up. You know what I mean? Or maybe give Top Flight the straps to give him some type of boost. None of the other teams really need it. You know what I mean?
You don't think the House of Black deserves it?
I think they're talented, but I don't think they need the titles to be relevant.
Martin said the Hurt Business could be the mystery team.
Hold on, I'll tell you who it is right now.
That'd be pretty crazy if it was the Hurt Business. It'd be wild. Come in and win that match. Is this ladder match going to be a margarita match?
Yes.
Nah, I like the Bang Bang Gang.
We got a yes and a no. Brandy said, I don't know about these tag team trios matches. See, it's a ladder match. It's still going to be interesting.
So it was
So
Top
you
Flight.
got the House
with
of Black,
Leo
Marcus?
No, it's not. So it's Top Flight with Leo Rush, against the BCC and Pac.
Oh, so yeah, give me Top Flight.
And since it was pre-recorded, I can give you
Top Flight won.
No, BCC and Pac defeated Top Flight and Leo Rush.
Interesting. Yeah, I like House of Black. Put the titles on House of Black. That's who I got in this match. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the tag team championships now. FTR, the Acclaimed, the Young Bucks. This
Margarita match.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
already drunk.
We're at two margaritas. We're at two margaritas so far. The pay-per-view's lit. Who's taking the World Tag Team Championships home?
Does it even matter at this point? I can live without any of these teams having the straps.
I gotta go with the Acclaim. You know what I mean?
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Acclaim too, because
Not gonna happen.
Nope. Better put your hands down.
Okay, fair enough. I got the Acclaim. I got the Acclaim on this. You know, hopefully I'm walking back, and as I'm sipping my second margarita, they're winning the tag team champions. Looks like we're gonna go back-to-back margaritas because this is definitely a margarita match. FTW Championship, Hook versus Chris Jericho. This might be a double. Might be a double margarita.
I'm not even gonna check to see if the match is over. I'm just gonna go drink another one.
How you feeling about FTW Championship? Brandy, Hook, Chris Jericho. Who you got?
damn, I'm definitely going Hook, because I want all things bad for Chris Jericho. Kayfabe wise.
man!
Kayfabe wise.
Okay, kayfabe wise. Fair enough. Yeah, I got Hook too, winning his championship. That doesn't even matter. But also for allowing me to have a second margarita back to back. We're at four margaritas. We got the coffin match for the TNT Championship, Darby Allin versus Jack Perry. And you know what? After Jack Perry just did all that hard work to make his new title, I don't see him losing now.
Imagine.
But I still
That'd be the most fucked up shit ever.
I still see him putting Darby Allin through a glass casket.
That's insane.
Glass casket all day. I'm calling it. Been calling it for like a week now.
Could
You want
imagine?
glass casket?
How does that work? I mean, is that automatically
He
wings
dies.
shattered everywhere?
He
dies.
automatically.
That's what
He
happens.
slams. He slams him
He's
through,
dead.
and that's
Darby
it.
Allin
That's the
is
match.
dead. You're gonna see his carcass
So instead of
splattered
like
between the glass
Darby
caskets.
Allin chilling around and with blood just gushing everywhere, just sewed up a little bit, he actually leaves on a stretcher like he should.
Do you think the Elite can come out and help
They-
Jack Perry, and we might see the Icon, make an
Stinger?
appearance to help his buddy?
Nah, because if Stinger shows up, that means Darby wins. And like you said, there's no way Jack Perry made this strap just to lose it at Wembley. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care how much time TK gives you off. There's no way I'm making the strap just to lose it 3 weeks later. That's crazy.
Is this TNT match a margarita match?
Now I watch it. I like Darby.
We got
Plus, I gotta
the
sober up.
we got the AEW American Championship match. Will Ospreay, MJF. Margarita match or not?
Honestly, this might go another hour, so I might as well go grab a margarita.
Brandy Savage, margarita match.
Margarita match.
We're at 5 margaritas.
You'll have time to get back. Don't worry.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Who do you guys got? Will Ospreay or MJF?
I got Will.
I got Will. I got Will. I think it's funny because like Chance just said, "Oh, it's too soon for after a title was changed," but I feel like this is the perfect situation to just like wrap all that up. We're done with Wembley. It's over. You could wrap up the MJF USA gimmick.
That's facts. I agree 100%. You hit that.
Like,
You hit
the
that
gimmick
right
was
on.
made just for this. The gimmick was made just for the pop up at Wembley. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it makes sense. It works really well. Honestly, there has to be a rubber match between them.
How patriotic do you think MJF's entrance is going to be? And I've kind of been thinking about this. You think he's going to hit the Paul Revere with the Britisher coming, or do you think he might come with the George Washington with the come out with a horse? I'm trying to think like how much of a patriot MJF is going to be with his entrance.
I think he captured a bald eagle, and he's gonna walk into Wembley with it on his arm, and he's gonna let it go. It's gonna be insane. You're gonna be like, "Is that a bald eagle?"
It's gonna be interesting. Up next, we have the TBS Championship is up for grabs. Britt Baker versus Mercedes Moné. Margarita match.
Nah, I'm gonna watch this. I'm not gonna hold you. Britt low-key cooked Mercedes on the mic on Wednesday. She's like, "You're 1 of 4. I'm 1 of 1." I was like, "Ooh,
that's facts."
John
that's
DeMarco.
Brandy Savage was talking shit from his living room though.
1,000%.
Man, that don't mean nothing. Wish you could be 1 of those 4. Fuck out of here.
Brandy was probably in his room, yeah. But did you win a WWE Women's Championship?
No. No.
Britt was cooking her. Britt was cooking her on the mic. I was like,
Britt was cooking her.
So you got Britt to win?
Mad doofy. No, of course not.
Okay.
I'm not that stupid.
Yeah,
she was mad doofy hitting Camilla on the head with the mic. She went, poof. I was like, bro, throw a little elbow grease into that. That's a big girl. You gotta hit it harder than that.
Never said that they'll do the national anthem before MJF comes out.
That's mad disrespectful. But I fuck with it though.
That'd be crazy. I got Mercedes in this match. I think this match is gonna cook. I think Camille gets involved, and I think we might see the return of Jamie Hayter as well. So hopefully a lot of good things come out of this. Not a margarita match. This is a match you can enjoy and watch. AEW Women's World Championship. Timeless Toni Storm versus Mariah May. Is this a margarita match?
Hell no. This is gonna be a banger. It's one of the best stories that they got. So you gotta watch it from beginning to end.
That is facts.
Hopefully the match before it is a margarita match, so you could drink your margarita and make your margarita to be prepared for this match.
1,000%.
1,000%. Who you got? Timeless Toni Storm, Mariah May.
Mariah May all day.
There's nowhere else.
I got Tony.
There's nowhere else for the story to go. Well, Toni Storm's story to go. You know what I mean?
We'll see.
The timeless gimmick has to end on Mariah May.
We'll see.
It doesn't make sense for me.
I don't know. I feel like Tony's it's too good right now. It's too good to stop it.
I feel like because if it's not Mariah May, then who is it? You know what I mean?
Jamie Hayter, the one that didn't lose it the right way.
I don't know, man. It's kind of a slap in the face to Mariah May.
It might be, and if Mariah wins, I'm all hyped for it too. I'm a huge fan of Mariah May. She's a fantastic wrestler. So, I think Brandy said it best, man. This match right here has all the story that you need, and it's one of their best stories that they've been telling for the last few months, so don't miss out on this match because this match is going to be a banger. We got the final countdown title versus career for the AEW World Championship. Sort of Strickland, Brian
Margarita match.
Danielson.
Now let me stop.
This is probably going to be another 60-minute time limit match.
Probably.
Jesus Christ.
Who you boys got in this match?
I don't know.
I love Swerve, but I don't want to see Daniel Bryan retire. So it's a little too early in the year, buddy. Like, take it easy.
I don't think so. They said the first thing that he would do if he retires is finally heal his neck. I don't know, man. This is one of those. This is one of those true 50-50 matches. You know what I mean? That it can really go either way, and anytime they put a career on the line, it's like there's more of a chance that the person who's going to win to extend their career. But at the same time, I just can't see Swerve losing. I feel like
Swerve's done enough to where even when he loses, it's protected for him. And at this point, I feel like DB is like he has never won the champion. Am I wrong?
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
He's not leaving on that note of never winning that title.
I'm gonna try to redirect because it's gonna lead into the main event question, and I don't want to get there so far. So I'm gonna redirect that a little bit. I think the thing with Danielson, right? His time is coming up soon. He clearly wants to retire this year. He's from Washington, right? So ideally, Wrestle Dream would be the perfect end of his career for him. Would be the perfect way for him to end his career in his home state, right? Against Swerve, and Swerve gets his title back. That'd be a perfect ending. Especially if Hangers gets involved in a match and he calls Swerve the title. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a true 50-50 match because you can go 1,000 ways with this. One of the real criminal offenses that never happened was if Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson goes, I don't know why they ever switched his name like that. This shit is mad dumb.
Mad confusing.
He's using his real name.
Yeah, but why did this in the WWE just made his name backwards?
Because at the time, remember at the time when he signed to the WWE, well, when you signed your contract, the WWE in fact owned that name, so he wasn't trying to lose the rights to his name. So he just swapped them.
Nah, fair. So it's just weird, man. It's like I still want to see Okada, Bryan Danielson 3. I still want to see Kenny Omega, Danielson 2. There's still so many matches that he can actually do and compete with that haven't been done yet. So it's a weird spot, man. Could you imagine Ricochet versus Danielson?
That would be crazy.
Unleash Ricochet.
I feel like there's so much, right? There's so much to like entail through this. Like if Brian doesn't win, like you said, China, like then we'll miss out on so many other things, because he's gonna have to retire. But if he does win, what does that mean for Swerve next? Will he finally end this rivalry he has with Hangman Adam Page? And then what are the stories built for Daniel Bryan being world champion? Who would really have a vendetta at him? The only guy I could really think not even having a vendetta, but somebody who just loves being in a main title picture is Jon Moxley, who is his best friend in a faction that they are in. So it's interesting to see like how they go by this. And Sunday we'll find out if Daniel Bryan will be AEW World Champion or will he be retiring. We found out all in.
It's
go ahead.
One last thing. It's hard to imagine Danielson winning the belt because if he does win the strap, I can't imagine a lengthy title reign. Regardless, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just kind of see it as something for the history books. And that's why I can see him dropping the strap at Wrestle Dream in his home state. So it's like I can see like a realistic timeline I can see Danielson winning All In, defending All Out, dropping Wrestle Dream, and whatever matches he does in between. Then Swerve finishing his story with Hangers in the first to die match. The first person to kill your opponent, you win. Because that's honestly the only way this rivalry is ever going to die out. You know what I mean? Like, Swerve really put Hangers in the dirt all 3 times, especially with the Texas death match. Like he really put him down. Like that should have been the ending of that rivalry right then and there. But there's obviously a little bit of meat left on that bone. So
I mean, obviously, that man hates him, bro.
yeah, you know what I mean. So that's what I'm saying. Then the next match has to be your first one to die. If you die, you lose. You know what I mean? Like there's no other way to end that feud. A Texas death match.
Hangman's gonna come back to life at least 5 times in that match, bro.
1,000%. It's gonna be a sicko match. It's gonna be a match for the sickos.
Oh man, we found out Allen's gonna be in Texas next year, fellas. Are we four sides of the ring planning to head out there?
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir.
That'd be interesting. We'll see what's up. I like the fact that he's bringing it back stateside, so it won't be in Wembley, which I thought was going to be like.
We have. It's the only chance we have.
It's the only chance.
It's in 26. Right. They're going back to Wembley. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. This is your only chance that you could, say you've been to their WrestleMania. We had a lot of free agents happening. A lot of things are going on. Do you think it'd be easier in the wrestling world if there was like a trade window? You know what I mean? Like WWE and AEW could just trade wrestlers if they're not happy with somebody. Like, hey, look, you give me this person, and I'll send you this person, and we'll do it for 6 months, and we'll see how it goes from there.
1,000%.
I think it'd be beautiful.
Who would you?
How many stories you could tell?
Who would you? You got traded, you bum.
You bozo. They didn't want you there. We don't want you here.
Who would you trade? Who would you trade for, China? If you could do a trade.
I mean, the most realistic trade that you could think of right now would be Ricochet for Ricky Starks. You know what I mean? Ricky Starks has literally been on the bench for months on end. Okay. Hasn't done anything. Or Ricochet's been out of service. His contract ran up like 2 or 3 months ago. So ideally, you would have been able to make this swap months ago and nobody would have missed a beat. You know what I mean? Instead, you got wrestlers waiting out their contracts, getting released, making appearances. Could you imagine how much easier it would have been if you would have traded the maximum male models for Ethan Page back in October, November?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Instead of just waiting it out, bro, just listen. You can still hate each other. Just try to screw each other over in trade talk. It's not that hard.
Try to get over in one. What about you, Brandy? Who would you be trading for?
I'm trying to think of a trade that works. And right now in my head, I'm trying to think of the AEW side of this trade. And, I feel like who would you trade Dijak for? I just feel like he would be the perfect guy to trade. He's a high stock. I know. A free agent. But we're talking about expiring contracts. For expiring contracts, what I thought we were talking about.
It just in general, like if you,
if that's the case, then I mean, like,
oof. I'll tell you what about sending Trick Williams to Dynamite and Eddie Kingston to NXT?
That's crazy.
Eddie Kingston don't belong at NXT. I want to see that man on the main.
He would just destroy all those bums. King of the bums for real.
The king of the bums. Yo, give me a Kenny Omega for Trick Williams. I feel like that's an even trade.
That's an even trade right there.
It's an even trade.
That's it right there.
He can't even do nothing right now. You know what I mean? The Trick is healthy.
Move it, man.
If anything, we're losing.
Throw this up. Chance be hating. I feel like I like that you can make some trades happen. You know what I mean? It'd be easier that way, less paperwork, maybe. They're on loan, I guess you could say. Who really knows? Let's move on to our main event question. Oh, Nick Ram said Toni Storm should come out with her old gear at All In. That'd be interesting. And he also said he almost went into Brandon's studio to start ranting. He ain't gonna disrespect Kenny Omega like that, Chana. That ain't gonna happen.
Oh, Kenny Omega's the GOAT. So is Trick Williams. That's why it's an even trade.
Let's move on to our main event question.
It looks like all the talking has been done. It's time for the main event.
Main event question, fellas. Does Bryan Danielson need to win the AEW World Championship to solidify his career at AEW? Randy Savage?
Absolutely not. I mean, all the things he's done for AEW, I don't think the championship actually matters. It's a nice little touch to what is already historic. Because he's like, if AEW had a Hall of Fame, he's in it. So, you know what I mean? Adding that title is just adding extra points. that he don't need.
He doesn't need the AEW championship. The AEW championship needs him.
Shots at Swerve. Duck
Yeah,
your head, boy.
It's not a shot at Swerve, but realistically, if you look at all the people that's won the AEW World Championship, you can say the only oddball allowed to CM Punk, but not really because he's still a Hall of Famer if you love him or hate him. You know what I mean? So
Right.
if you have somebody like Bryan Danielson on your roster and he's not your AEW champion for even a single day, you have done your belt a disservice. That man is considered one of the greatest of all time by many. Not me, but many. He has a technical award named after him. You know what I mean? He's clearly one of the most influential wrestlers to a lot of people's careers in the industry today. So to have somebody like that on your roster and not have them be a world champion is crazy. It's wild as fuck. It's really wild because think about it like if Stone Cold Steve Austin was in WWE but never won the WWE Championship, you'd be like, damn, that's wild. Still to this day, we think of Sheldon Benjamin and be like, damn, he never won a world title. That's wild. But think of somebody like 10 times magnified on their career, on who they are, and on their legacy. Bryan Danielson is a Hall of Famer regardless if he wins that strap or not. But the AEW Championship needs Bryan Danielson to solidify itself as a top prize in the company. Not in the company, but it's top prize in wrestling in general.
I mean, I agree with both of you. I've seen like some people say, "Oh, if he loses this match, that's just Bryan going back to the WWE. If he wins this match, that means Bryan is full AEW." I think Bryan is full AEW regardless, however the outcome of the match is. But I do agree with you guys, man. You're not gonna have Bryan Danielson, on your roster, the legend he is, the caliber of matches he can give day in and day out. His resume surely speaks for itself, and you're not going to say that he wasn't on your roster and he wasn't a world champion. It's almost a slap in the face. That's almost like not putting Okada in your all-in card. So I mean, I agree with you guys. right. Let's boot Tony Khan on that one, but I do agree with you guys. Bryan Danielson is a legend. I don't think he needs the title to solidify his career because his career has been solidified. He's done it all, and I don't think there's many people that can say that they've done it all. And we'll see what happens, man. Sunday's going to be very interesting, and who knows? And, let's go Team Bryan Danielson, right? Team American Dragon for China Hayes.
I'm going to Swerve.
Randy Savage is I think he's at Swerve's house too.
No, I can't have DB retire on my watch. Come on now.
That's fact. He can't retire in Wembley, bro. He can't retire. He's gonna retire out here. You know what I mean? No disrespect, to other people out there, but I heard it here first, man. All in London Sunday. It's 6 margaritas in, and then the rest of the main events will be lit for you. Drink responsibly. Don't drink underage because we don't condone that shit out here.
No, sir.
Don't swerve when you drive.
Exactly.
Don't swerve when you drive. Right. That goes for everybody. We got 3 count trivia guys coming up. You can still sign up. I think we still got some spots. Don't miss out on 3 count trivia. It's going to be fun. The belts are being made. They are beautiful. We are getting images as things are happening. So can't wait to show everybody. But let's go ahead and show what 3 count trivia could look like for you.
So precious. It's honestly one of the best titles. No, you guys deserve it. And I'm your host, the one that makes them say, "Oh damn!" It's your boy. It's Nick Ram. World title reign. Rated RKO have combined. Oh come. Oh god.
You don't even have have to pre-register. You can pre-register. You can register. I'm sorry, on X 4sidesOTR. Just DM us, or you can email us at 4sidesOTR@gmail.com. 3-count trivia. Don't miss out. NitRam is working on those quizzes now. AEW is involved. WWE is involved. TNA is involved. I believe indie wrestling is involved. Am I missing anything? I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. But 2 titles this time. So an actual pair of titles. So tag team champions instead of 1 title. But shouts out to 3-count trivia. Shouts out to Championship Culture being the inaugural champions. Brendan the Guy. Hugh has the 3rd. They snapped. They came. They won. And now they're defending. And we're going to see if they can take it all the way back and call themselves 2 times.
And I want you to know, Martin has given me authorization to give you a test question. What's going to be on there? What is Brock Lesnar's grandmother's middle name? Those are the type of questions you can expect on 3-count trivia.
I don't think he authorized that one.
No, he did. It's in there. It's in there.
It is, yeah. I think another one was what was the first narcotic Jeff Hardy got addicted to? And that's a trick question.
That's an actual question. I can see that actually being on.
Oh man, we also got an opinionated the finals coming up. Brandy Savage, we saw the text message. You're supposed to be displaying something live for us, for the viewers, and everybody that's going to be at this final for opinionated.
Yes, I am not prepared for that. I'll be right back.
All right, I got y'all. I got everybody.
Move this man.
Yeah, opinionated final should be fun, guys.
Opinionated final should be fun. Martin's also preparing for that as well. That's why he's not on with us tonight. But got Brandon the Guy mouthing off with Mike, Bojangles Championship Man, Rick 8-Bit wrestling in the middle.
Somebody else. I forgot her name.
Megan.
Megan.
Is it Megan? Megan. Here it is. What do we got?
Is it chipped?
Is that a goat?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Looks like they got all the spelling right, Martin.
What's it say?
It says opinionated inaugural champion. Welcome to the herd. As y'all don't know, if you don't know, me and Martin are a part of the herd. We don't have any other friends in there yet. But the winner of opinionated of this new opinion will get this, and he will be a part of the herd. You know what I'm saying?
How I get in the herd?
You don't. You're done. You missed out on your opportunity.
You clipped. Also, happy birthday to the Usos, Jimmy and Jay.
It's both of their birthday?
I mean, there was another set of guys that shouldn't be swerve when they driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's facts. That is facts.
Especially you, Jimmy.
You're 100. You are 100% right about that. And Saturday, Brandy Savage, what are you bringing us Saturday after All In?
Following All In, we will be doing Saturday Night Hot Tags. We will be bringing that back as a recap of All In. We will, shoot the shit, have a lot of fun, talk about everything that happened. Following All In.
Saturday Night Hot Tags. I can't speak. I'm sorry. As you know, if you watched our first episode of Saturday Night Hot Tags, the infamous one, Chano Hayes, got really, really heated about a particular wrestler.
What was it? A 45-minute random about Mike Santana?
I think 45 plus.
About a specific wrestler. And I did say he doesn't move the needle, but I am showing his AEW action figure right here. So
45 minutes, bro. On Mike Santana.
And we might have that discussion again. You never know.
I'm not.
No,
you guys are not breaking. You guys are not breaking me out of the episode, especially not for 45 minutes. That's insane. That's crazy.
Oh man, hey fellas, go ahead and get your plugs while we get up out of here.
It's your boy Channel Hayes, Channel the God, Channel Theory, Channel Santana for the kids in the back. You can follow me at CHANCKO_. Also on the official Twitter page at 4SIDESOTR on Twitter. I haven't been as active lately because I'm not gonna hold you guys. Social media is tiring. It is exhausting. That's where you can find us and me. Don't find me on Instagram. I'm not accepting you.
And as you know, it's Brandy Savage here. Brandy freaking Savage, FKN on Twitter. Also, Instagram is Life and Times. But guys, I really want you guys to check out the shop, foursidesofthering.com. Check out Opinionated. Check out previous 3-count trivia episodes. Just watch all our shit, man.
That is facts. You can follow me, the founder, MH, but, most importantly, follow us on all our social medias. 4 Sides of the Ring Podcast, 4 Sides OTR. Like, subscribe, comment, do all the things on YouTube. That's where we're at. But, Ringsiders, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy All In. And if you're not enjoying wrestling, you're just not watching it right. We'll talk to y'all later.